The station that keeps it rocking 24/7.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Grizz Biz My 2 Cents.
Yeah.
Please be my 2 cents. We back at it. Wednesday to Wednesday. Let me turn this down here. Wednesday to Wednesday. We is back at it. And if you know, like I know, last Wednesday was off the chain. They closed down my freaking Instagram account. So that's dead. I had to start a new one. And it started right when Lisa said, "Hey Grizz, they shadow banned the post talking about her and our guest today." So, we got a lot going. We got a lot to chop up, and it all goes hand in hand of what we're doing. But first off, let's go ahead and give our sponsors a shout out and do justice. Those are the guys that support us. We're gonna start off with Goodies Barbecue. Barbecue season is not over. In fact, let me tell you something. I haven't barbecued in 2 years. Why? Because I don't feel like being on that grill in 90-degree weather, sweating, flies, all that stuff just irks me. This is my time. I'm a November baby. So barbecue right now comes right on hand. I like it when it's cool outside. So go on down to Goodies Barbecue, 1440 Hamilton Avenue, and get you some barbecue. They still smoking. You ride past there and smell what slab is cooking. And when you go in there, say say my 2 cents and receive a 10% discount on your purchase. That's my 2 cents and get a 10% discount on your barbecue. Let's give Goodies Barbecue a round of applause. All right, next up we got Jarman Home Solutions for all your electrical needs. These brothers do it all. If you need outlets for your electric car, you need your fuse box moved, you need a ceiling fan hung, you need lights hung, they do it all. So go on over to Jarman Home Solutions, LLC, and get you an estimate. And call 513-266-8290. And you too can receive a 10% discount on any service that you choose by saying my 2 cents. Let's give Jarman Home Solutions a round of applause. Yeah. Next up, we got G4 Dank Nation. My bad. www.danknation.co. Go on to www.danknation.co and get your apparel, all your gear, custom gear. Yep, that is our company. We are gearing up for November the 5th, so don't forget November the 5th in Ohio to go get and vote for recreational marijuana. Yes, let's give recreational marijuana a round of applause. Don't forget to vote. You go to www.danknation.co. Next up, we got Polished Barbershop and G14 Classified. There's been a lot of talk about women in hair weaves, but men, ladies, there's men out there with hair weave too. And Polished Barbershop has all the items you need to attain that. They got spray, they got the hair follicles, fibers. I said follicles, hair fibers. They got the glue, they got clippers, they got everything you need. So go on to polishedbarbershop.com and get you G14, the best in the city. Let's give G14 and Polished Barbershop a round of applause. Last but not least, we got Bagman. And yep, I'm about to show you. We're about to have our custom bags. You understand me?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Grizz is about to have his own line. Go on down the bag. I can't tell you what's in here, but what's in here is in here. Go on down the Bagman, and get you some bags, custom bags, because when that girl gets on the street November the 5th, you want your girl to stand out. You want your girl to be special. You don't want to have what everybody else have, because everybody ain't got what you got. So go on down to Bagman and get your bags. They're open 11 to 7, Monday through Saturday. Appointments only on Sunday, and they are located behind Fifth Third Bank, right Popular and Cold Rain. And we got some news. There's a Bagman coming to the burbs. Yes, 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 yes. Let's
Mm.
give Bagman a round of applause, y'all. Bagman. That's what's up. But anyway, that's up for our sponsors. Now let's introduce our guests and our female co-host. Let's give Miss Nadia Corleone a round of applause. Thank you for being here. All the time. Let's give Ms. Jones a round of applause. She's always in the building.
Yes.
Oh, maybe because I got the volume down. Duh. That was my fault. Sorry, Drew. That was technical difficulty on my part. But right now, we got some breaking news, y'all. We got some breaking news that everyone should hear and see. Let's see if he can bring up the breaking news. Or he's still trying to get Shonda. I'm so excited about this breaking news right here.
I'm on. I'm trying to fix
Hey
my camera.
everybody, it's your girl Ivy the Aries. I'm just stopping through to do what I do, show a little love and support for the GRIZZBIZMY2SENSE show. I hope you all have been tuning in and able to enjoy some of the great information and segments that have been going on here lately. And the news you can use will be returning. No, I do not have a date. However, I will be back and it will be great as always. And yeah, in the meantime and in between time, y'all remember to keep tuning in every Wednesday at 7. We're going to keep going up. We're going to keep showing support and we're going to keep showing some love and spreading this information around. So each one teach one. And if you know how, reach one. All right.
Yes. Give Ivy a round of applause. She shows that she can put it down, the family, and then getting back on track doing what they're doing. So I can't wait.
Y'all know Grizz on his
Mhm.
bullshit.
You got dang right. I can't wait. We had a good time talking today. But back to what's at hand right now. Today's guest goes right along with last week's guest. If you didn't catch last week's episode, you need to catch it. And it was about sovereignty. And Ms. Lisa Schaefer will be conducting an Ohio Assembly class down here. She's just looking for a location. So I suggest everybody do your own due diligence and get prepared and see if that's a fit for you. But today, we are also talking about surviving, survivalists, preppers. And one thing you don't see too much is black folks being prepared for anything. And that might be stereotype. And it was brought to my attention when I brought this up earlier that there is a survivalist person here in the city that's working with Damon Lynch. I guess his church. So we're reaching out to them. We're going to get them on the show at another time. But in the meantime, between time, when I was searching and looking for somebody, this strong black woman figure with African gear and crossbow just kept coming across my screen like, what is that? Who is that? What does she do? So I got to doing a little digging and researching and just a tad bit because I didn't want to know too much. And I found her. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a loud round of applause for our first prepper, or she say survivalist, Miss Afro Fabulous. That's what I
Afro-Bibalist.
There you go. There you go.
Afro-Bibalist. Everybody. Afro-Bibalist.
That's what's up. So,
African American and survivalist and blended it together. Afro-Bibalist.
okay, okay. So, I'm gonna just get right off into it because I don't like to waste no time.
Right.
What possessed you to say, "Hey, let me start preparing for any type of disaster"? Because I'm black, and I'm gonna just keep it 100. I remember when I was younger. I don't know about y'all. I'm old. I remember the Waco, Texas. Those people preparing and stuff like that, and people thought they was crazy. And you see y'all on YouTube, all these white folks that are doing all this preparing. And I'm like, you never see nobody look like me doing this. So, what was the draw? What was it for you? Let's hear your story.
The draw for me was Katrina. When Hurricane Katrina came through, that was a type of disaster that you were warned about. Hey, it's going to be here in 2 days. 5 days or whatever. And what I saw was not a lot of us was preparing. They're like, it's just going to go by us. But when that hit, it went right through and through those towns and cities, and people were not prepared. And I told myself that was not going to be me. And I started, well, actually, I had already been prepping because I was unemployed for 2 years, couldn't get a job, none of that. So I was hitting pantries and different places to survive. And I didn't know there was a word or there was a title to this called a prepper. So after the Doomsday Prepper show came out, I was like, oh, that's me. There is a title. But yeah, it was Hurricane Katrina that gave me that aha moment on I'm not doing that. And Spirit has been just giving me and guiding me to the place where I am today. And I'm now 650 acres, in Washington State, and starting a homestead, crazily, by myself. Because
So do you have any kids? Give a round of applause for that. You have any kids?
I have one child, and she's not interested.
She's not with it.
She's not with it. But
So
I was serious enough where when that, thing came in, I was like, I ain't doing that. And I worked for the state of Oregon as their incident commander to the radiological emergency response team. And I was the last person who did not have a shot on that team. And I told them I was not going to take it.
what does that job consist of?
We work with, we're evaluated by FEMA. And if there's ever any radiological spills or any type of incidents, we go out and we test the water, the vegetation, the air, the milk, and anything else that FEMA wants us to test.
Well, now you opened up a can of worms right off the rip to me. I know you did with Nadia. I could see her brain going woo, a million miles a minute, eyes darting back and forth.
It is.
So we're on the same page. Y'all can already tell. Now, with FEMA, I've been reading some things about FEMA, just like this test that just happened. I've been reading some things about FEMA that might not, it's not becoming of FEMA. FEMA, the way the information is being presented is that FEMA isn't for the people. Like, even with Katrina, it was more like concentration camps than trying to help folks. Can you speak on that, or is you don't want to speak on that?
FEMA's not a fan. I'm not a fan of FEMA. If you go to my website, afrovivalist.com, I do have a segment on there stating that FEMA is our concentration camp. And I think that is coming true. I also think that all these Walmarts, these huge super Walmarts that are closing down, that's the FEMA camps for FEMA. Is these old Walmart structures. Now, don't get me going down the rabbit hole. I don't think you got enough time.
We got time.
Boy, they ready. They ready, Miss Afro, a survivalist.
The right show and the right co-host, because all of this plays a part into what's coming, and a lot of people are blind and just want to say conspiracy. Y'all conspiracy theorists. And you were like, dude, you see it happening in your face. Are you
Right
just
there.
slow?
Right. It's right there in a lot of our faces, and a lot of people just don't want to believe that it's going in the direction that it's going in. Oh, the government's got it. There's never going to be war on our land, and that's never going to happen here. I hear that all the time, and it's like, well, what if?
That's the bad part. They believe in the government that held them down for so long. But and still you praise that same government that has never ever given you anything.
No. When it comes,
I don't understand that.
Yeah, because when it comes to disasters, we are the last group of people that gets the food, the drink, the water.
That part.
Last. So I said,
Like they always said, we're expendable. They can get rid of us. That's what they want.
yes. And I just said, it's not going to be me. And I started, I remember going through my kitchen and going through the cupboards and pulling out all the long shelf life items, rice, noodles, beans, pasta, all of that. And that's when I knew I was a prepper, because I ended up with like 5 gallons of beans, 3 gallons of rice, and I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't even know I had all this up in my house, but I was already prepared when I didn't know I was prepared,
That sounds like me.
So yeah. And I still attend pantries. I used to volunteer at a pantry just for the purpose of getting free food, because I found out that at this pantry, if you volunteer, your payment is an extra box. So I got almost 3 boxes every week, and I went home and put everything on my dehydrator, and my dehydrator was on nonstop for years every day. I would be dehydrating something.
So you said Katrina made you do this. Were you in Katrina?
Nope, I was in Portland, Oregon.
Okay. So you just it was just the people that wasn't prepared, them being homeless, not having nowhere to go, and it just made you just jump into action.
Correct. When you see the mother that's got 3 kids and she ain't got it's like, wait, what? You knew it was coming.
Yes.
You didn't do anything. You didn't go out and get some extra milk, get some extra food just in case. I'm sorry, but I cannot rely on my government like that. I have to do something to make sure that if they ain't coming, I'm gonna be all right.
Right.
I will be all right.
Have you just prepared for yourself personally? Are you married? I thought you was married. Were you married?
I am not married.
Okay, I thought you was married.
And I don't currently have a man, but I'm looking.
Okay.
That part. Yes.
Right one. And
you a prepper too. So
man, that's hard to find.
It is.
It's hard for me to find. I mean, when a brother asked me, for me, and I said, I need the type of man I need is a handyman, all-purpose man who ain't afraid to go out and do some digging and get dirty. And I had one fella who said, I don't like dirt. I was like, oh well, we done.
We done.
You came from dirt.
You came from dirt. And then there's another brother. I said, I need somebody who knows how to handle tools. And he said, oh, what kind of tools? And I said, like a drill. He goes, a drill? Oh no, you can't remember the drill?
He was thinking about another drill.
Our men are just pitiful. I can't take it.
Some out there that are like me, but I need a like-minded person. I need like-minded people around me. Currently, I'm out here by myself, and I am slowly putting like-minded people like me around me. Because
so can you tell the people what a survivalist actually is, and how to get started with that?
A survivalist is a person who can go out and fend for themselves in the forest, in desert, it can be anywhere. You've got to have the proper skills to know how to start a fire, to know how to find water when there isn't any around, like in a desert. To know what foods you can eat, what plant, to know how to hunt, to know how to raise animals if they do get to a point of homesteading. So it's a big realm of things to learn. And people people that I assist with, I tell them, find out what they like. So I liked archery. I liked pulling back that bow and going for those targets and the animals. And that's where it started from. Well, actually it didn't start. Firearms started with me through my father who was a Marine. But archery was a fun thing that I can do while I was in the city. And I started there. I started there and just started training. And then through that, I started looking for meetups for other survivalists in my area. And unfortunately, I went to a lot of them and I was members for a lot of them, but I was the only person of color in all of those meetups that I went to. I was the only one. And so that's how I accumulated my skills on what I can do, what I should do, because of course, starting out, I didn't know. I didn't know, what a survivalist was either. But I went down the rabbit hole and found out, and it brought me to the point of that where I am at now.
Yeah. It is stressful when you start getting into it because, like you said, a lot of people, we're so subjected to having. So with people out here trying to fend for something, it'll be a little tough for people. So is there anything that you can give, the ones with tough skin, some kind of pointers on how to prepare and how to start? Because our starting should have started probably about what? A couple years ago. Because what we're about to come to is about we're going to need it now. So starting now, what can they get?
Yeah, what's the first thing that some of you recommend somebody that's paying attention?
So if you are starting to prepare for what's to come, because right now crap is going on over there in Israel, and that ain't going to stay there. It's coming here. What I recommend is start in your kitchen. Do what I did when I started. Go through your cabinets, find all your long shelf life foods, which means canned foods, your rice, your beans, your pasta, and anything else that is long shelf. Even packages that are already freeze dried, those will be the long shelf, long lasting foods. And just get a tote, put those aside. And as you start going to the grocery store, start buying something extra for your pantry every day. And I would say right now that we're going into winter, start getting your medications, because those are going to go high. And if you remember back when Biden said we're going to have a dark winter, I truly believe we're going to have a dark winter.
I keep on telling that quote. I keep telling that one.
He was warning us in his own way, telling us what's going to happen. And so when you're listening to things, you got to be able to read between the lines. Right?
Definitely.
So my thing is right now is medications, because I don't know about you, but Benadryl was working just fine before they said there's an item in there that don't work. Y'all hear that?
Yeah, they're trying to, dance with the, all the medication right now, even the herbs and the oils and stuff. So it's a lot of us that don't know, but the ones who are preparing for the worst yet to come, we do know that.
What I recommend is when you're in those stores, go down the medication aisle, look all the way down to the bottom, because that's where they're going to put the items for sale. And for instance, I bought the knockoff Benadryl for 98 cents.
Wow.
Benadryl up here is running to almost $7 for Benadryl. And I bought the knockoff, the other brand, for 98 cents. And I pretty much bought as much as I could. And I've been frequently going to different locations, like not the dollar store, but free outlet here. There's a couple Walmarts. I really don't like going into Walmarts, but if I have to,
I don't either. Why is Walmart so scary now?
I don't know if it's scary. It's just weird.
It is weird. It's just too much stuff showing up.
It's gonna be a FEMA camp. That's why.
Yeah. Well, that too. But it's some of the stuff that they're putting in place now, like the blue lights to check people who has the, and then it's the gates now. The gates,
and two, I don't want to check out my own groceries. That's what I'm
Me
paying
neither.
for. And I got
Right.
for my bag of soup that they charge $2 a bag for. Come
Mm-hmm.
on now. So
Yeah.
so what I recommend is start out first at home. Find out what you have. Pull out all your supplies, all your gear. If you're a camper, pull out all your camp gear and start putting it in one area. Put your medications and your food in a bin. Make sure that rodents can't get to them. Things like that.
Wow.
Okay. So I know that we plan to stock up the house and everything, but some disasters may lead you to have to run. So what would be some of the things that you would need, like in a bug out bag or something like that, or just to even grab and go?
Well, first, before you grab and go, I would hope that you have a location on where you're going. Because if you don't know where you're going, you're just going to be out there caught in the streets with everybody else. You're going to be caught on the highway parking lot with everybody else with nowhere to go. So I would recommend that you route your area on where you want to go. First, let the person know, contact somebody and say, hey, auntie, whoever is outside of your city, can I come there if crap hits the fan? I've got my own space. Maybe say you've got your own tent, you've got a travel trailer, whatever it may be, where you can be able to go from there.
Okay.
And then set up your emergency kits, your bug out bags with your medications, your hygiene items. And what I do is I don't carry canned foods because canned foods is heavy. I pack my dehydrated and freeze dried foods. I pack those. I make my own. So I make my own. Have a Ziploc bag that has, maybe I have one of them is beef stew. Maybe another one is soup or whatever it may be. So I make a different all different types of foods that's in a little Ziploc bag.
What do you mean
And
freeze dried?
I'm sorry.
What is that? I thought that was like powdered food or something.
Freeze
This is
dry.
a thing.
It's when you freeze dry, you
please
take
help me
all
with this
taking all the moisture out of the food, and it can be like, for instance, you have a pound of ground beef, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you freeze dry that or dehydrate it, it turns it into ounces, so it weighs hardly nothing. Can you imagine if you've got a half a pound of beef, ground beef, that only now weighs 2 to 3 ounces?
So wait a
what I
minute.
mean?
So I'm still confused. Don't be laughing at me either.
I'm not.
The freeze, like you just said, hamburger. So do you cook
Yeah.
the hamburger and then get a baggie and suck the air out of it? Like
So
I'm
what
walking up
I
the pounds? What you doing?
Yes. So what you do is you pre-cook it. You cook it down into your regular ground beef. I don't put any seasonings in it, and I put it in the freeze dryer and let the freeze dryer do its job. So the way to reconstitute that down to from ounces back to a pound is you add hot water. Add water to it until it gets to the consistency of what it was before, and you would not, once you reconstitute it, you wouldn't even know that it was previously freeze dried.
So it's a machine that does the freeze drying.
You can get them on Amazon. You can get them off Amazon.
I was about to cook the
Yeah.
hamburger in the freezer.
No, this is the machine. I bought mine from Harvest Right, and they make freeze dried. They're kind of spendy. Mine was a medium, and it was a little bit over $4,000. But that thing is worth it. It's worth it because you can freeze dry everything, even down to candy.
Pause. What Negroes do you know that got $4,000 and can go get a freeze dry machine?
I understand.
That gotta be YouTube something. There gotta be something I can YouTube where I can beat that. I don't have.
I seen somebody do a freeze dry tutorial, but they actually did like Skittles and they froze it, put it in the freezer first, and then threw it in the dryer. And then they came out puffy like they would as it freeze dried.
What?
Yes. Yes, in the dryer.
You need to leave the YouTube alone.
But you can get you some Mylar bags and some absorbers to put in there, like for your rice and stuff like that too.
Absorbers, yes.
Oxygen absorbers.
Mhm.
I'm halfway there, but it's the freeze dried. Like I said, those machines were expensive, so I haven't gotten there yet.
But the other alternative is a
Vinyl.
and you can buy dehydrators from $30 all the way up.
Yep.
What's it called? What she said? What was it?
The dehydrator.
Dehydrator.
And then not only that, I've seen like on, even though I don't like ordering food with Walmart anymore. But Amazon and Walmart, they do sell dehydrated food as well, and freeze dried food. They got freeze dried ice cream sandwiches and everything that they're selling on their websites. They also have food buckets.
It'll probably kill us later on down the way, but I guess we can survive for a minute, huh?
Well, Artisan Farm has its own website. You just have to go there.
We can do that because that's probably what we're gonna have to recommend to people is going to get to the Walmart or wherever, get the already frozen, fried, whatever it is.
Freeze-dried food. Yep.
Yeah, so you can do that because no, I don't got 40. I don't got 4,000. I don't even have $40 right now. Shit.
What? Let me ask you, did you build a bunker?
I am.
You are now?
Yep.
Wow.
Here's your location where you're going to run to.
Y'all, I've got this. What's that? Say it again.
Your bunker is the location that you already have predestined to run to.
That's where I'm at now. Sorry.
Wow.
That the sun is, my other computer is blocking me. Okay, gotta have some sun on me because it's gonna be gone in a couple months. Yes, I plan on building a bunker. I that's gonna be a must. Yes. Right now, I'm, like I said, I'm sitting on 46 acres. Paid in full. I made sure I was going to pay that in full, but I have an additional, I have a total amount of 150.
That is beautiful.
Did I hear paid in full, PIF?
Yes.
Yes, girl.
Yes.
Now,
So there's a lot of folks out there. When I first found this property, it was one of those too glad to be true ads. 20 acres, $20,000, owner carry contract. Come look. And I was like, something's wrong.
I know. I'll be scared.
I went and looked, and it was for real. So,
wow.
So I negotiated my contract for the 20 acres to be so 20 acres, $20,000. The 5% down. I'm sorry. I gave them 5,000 down. If I recall, and then my payment was $197 a month.
No, that ain't bad at all.
So, I got a question for you.
I didn't hear the applause.
Right.
But I got a question for you. I got some land in Texas. We got 150 acres, and we still fighting for that part of it. But 14 of that is ours, and we were thinking about selling it. But after listening to everybody, my brother said we shouldn't sell this land. We should. So I'm thinking. Yeah, I think
what's coming. They said it's going to be hard to acquire land. The housing market, and everything is. They said it's going to plummet. So keep your land, keep what you have. And speaking of land, do you have your? I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's called an allowdy for your land.
I do not. They don't do that here in Washington. I'm trying to find a way around it.
What is that?
It's proof that basically nobody can touch your land because under the Constitution, our color is not. Our color under the Constitution, it says a slave cannot own any land or property. So with our color, we think we own it, but we don't.
Sovereignty's coming. Sovereignty's coming.
So I'm gonna jump right in here, Miss Afro Survivalist. Am I saying that right?
Afro-vibalist.
Afro-vibalist. Excuse me. I gotta jump in. I was gonna wait till a quarter till because I like to wait till it's about to close, and I like to throw out thought-provoking questions because I am what you call a controversialist or whatever you want to call me. I want to make the listeners.
Shit starter. No.
That part.
You call it what you want. Yeah, I'm thought-provoking. But no, real talk. I hear what you're saying, and let me just say this. I want to preface my question by saying this. I respect everything you're doing, right? I salute you. You're owning your land. You're packing your storage of food and all this stuff. But what I personally hear, not directly to you, but people that are, that fall into the prepper category, it's almost, I understand self-preservation, right? I understand it. But we gotta die. So when I hear people go so hard with time, I hear people, and this is all due respect, my co-hosts know how I am.
She said we gotta die though.
In a minute. I think my last day is next Wednesday. I'm gonna go out with a bang. So here's my question. When I hear people go so hard to prepare to survive in time, I get confused because time is going to end, right? So what is the point? Like, where is the prepping for eternity, right? Because eternity is going to be forever and time will be no more. So, okay, you want to get your food because you don't want to starve to death. But if you've always lived a disciplined life and you have fasted, when that time comes, come on now, you're ready to transcend. So why prep? I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't want to start no trouble, but Greg said, you said I'm a what starter?
We're in the starting. And the next Wednesday ain't your last day because I love it. I ain't trying to do none of that.
I think I might, but I gotta say, I do respect everything that you're doing, but I have to think a little bit on the other side of those that are ready for eternity. And they think in that facet, and they're like, hey, I've already went 48 hours without meals. And even when you said, hey, I was without a job, so this was self-preservation. It was a scarcity that put me in the prepper category. So why? I mean, I just want to know why.
Right. Well,
why not just say, my day is going to come, I'm going to expire. And if I expire because of starvation, so be it. If I expire because you chop my head off, so be it. I'm ready for eternity. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
I don't want to pass via starvation. I like
that part.
What's that?
You don't want to starve to death.
I do not want to starve to death. No, I do not. I hear that's a horrible death, and I do not want to go through that. So if I can give myself a spoonful of rice every day, then I'm gonna get my spoonful of rice.
A spoonful of rice for what? To survive, to do what?
To survive through whatever's coming our way. You know, I may not be able to survive whatever it is, war or, you know, the Klan coming to get me or whoever it may be. You know, we will see. But I'm going to have the food here for me and mine, so we can, you know, live a little of one day longer or an hour longer that day, something.
Salute.
My father said fight, and he that endures to the end will receive his due reward. So if I'm gonna prepare, I'm gonna prepare for the end when my father comes to get me. So therefore I have to survive.
Right. And for me, I don't,
because we got that spirit in us, and some of us, like they say, black folks, we didn't struggle. We know what it is to struggle.
So, like I told my kids, I'm built for this. I'm built for this.
So I have food. long time. And of course, it's too much for me to go through for myself, but I'm preparing for others, and because I don't know if our time comes tomorrow, if a disaster
Right.
comes tomorrow, or we're not going to know how long a war is going to last. How comes when you look at this BS in Ukraine. Not going to get started, but I use the name. Or even over there in Israel, how are they going to live? They're, everything's gone. So you think about that. Maybe somebody grabbed a bug out bag and maybe they have some food for a week until, their FEMA can get them food. So it's something to just get you a start on. For those who don't have the stockpile like I do, at least it'll get you started.
But I wouldn't be asking FEMA for no food in no time and no disaster anyway.
I ain't eating no food from FEMA. Nope. You don't know what's in that.
You better get it how you live. You better go find it, hunt it down or something. But
as long as I know they're part of that pandemic.
that's
And that pandemic has brought on a lot.
They are part of everything. If they are part of the GOV, they are a part of it all.
Yes.
So just don't believe them.
Ms. Jones, right quick. Ms. Jones, I see you listening, and your question was very good. So
I appreciate that, sir.
If they're talking about what can be or what may be or coulda, shoulda, woulda happen, how does that affect you personally? Like FEMA, like what if what they're saying about FEMA is truth and some disaster? How would you feel then? You know what I'm saying? Like right now it's like everybody, we're playing a guessing game. This gonna happen. This gonna happen. It ain't happened. This happening. Blah 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 blah. So a lot of people like when the shit hit the fan, the shit hit the fan. We'll deal with it when it hit the fan.
I don't necessarily feel like that, sir. This is Grizz platform. I'm just a co-host. I'm just in the corner hanging out. But I will say this. I personally don't feel. I don't know. My mindset is a little different from most. I do live my life for eternity. If I get shot, if I drop dead today, I know where my soul is going to be for eternity. So I do believe in preparation. I do believe in the preppers, right? I do believe in what you're doing and I respect it. But my question came from a place of, so what? If I know that I'm going to die and meet my savior in peace, how much do I have to prep? Because I think sometimes people get so caught up in time. That's why you have people in Hollywood selling their souls because they want the fame and time, but they're not talking about eternity. They're not thinking about eternity. So sometimes I think that there's a lack of balance. Like, okay, get your food, get your medication. Now, this is another conversation, and my co-host Nadia can respect this. When it comes to medication, come on now, you guys know that all of the medication is natural, but because they cannot like I don't know if you call it label, or they can't prescribe natural, like dandelions is a very well-known health agent. They can't prescribe that. So what they do is take it to their laboratories and they have to do a little synthetic configuring so that they can prescribe it to you as a medication. So basically what I'm saying is everything that we need is in the earth, right? I'm not saying that I'm a herbalist or anything like that. I'm not.
And that's the route I chose. That's the route I chose. I didn't choose the medicinal going in the store route. I chose the natural routes and started collecting during the summertime, like you said, dandelions, such that. So things like that. So I'm stocked up on that type of herbal medication.
Yeah. And I'm with you. I guess the way that I live my life, if I have to lose a job, lose a life, lose whatever for the kingdom, I'm okay with it. Now, do I want to starve to death? Of course not. But have I skipped meals because I like to discipline myself? Yeah, I have. So I won't sell out because you got some food, right? I'll be like, that's okay. I don't need that food today. And you might be in your little hut with your food. You might be in the hut with your food, and maybe because I wasn't a prepper, I didn't have my rice cakes. I don't know, but I don't mind. I don't mind. Grizz, I'm not messing with you right now, but I do. I respect everybody's ideology, but I always want to know about the preppers, like what fuels you, what makes you want to live this life of longevity, what makes you want to have a little hut with rice, because when everything is done and you're out of your hut and you get, hey, I call it a hut. Call it what you
You get on my nerves. You get on my nerves. You keep sliding the motherfucker. You keep sliding.
Afro. Afro survival. I told you they may fire me, but I'm just that person. I'm that co-host that's gonna be like, why? If it's over, it's over. If it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I don't got a rice cake, okay. But my soul is gonna meet its maker in peace, and I'm cool with that.
I can't wait till they come and you ain't got that motherfucking rice cake. I want to see you then, girlfriend. Boy, I want to see you then. She gonna turn to a whole rice cake. She gonna turn to a whole rice cake zombie on the streets, like.
I'm innocent. I just want to know. No, let me just say this, and I'm gonna be quiet. I work in corporate America, and I hear, let's say, those that fall in the underrepresented group, they're always fighting for this place at the table. And I'll be like, why do you want to be at a table that they don't want you at? I don't get it.
Right.
I'm the same. I'm the same across the board. Hey, if I don't have a rice cake, that means I'm gonna die. That's cool. My soul is going back to its maker. If you don't got a place for me at the table, that's cool, because I didn't want to be there anyway. That's too much work. So I guess I'm a little contrary to the norm. I don't know, but I'm me.
And you know what? I respect every single person's decision on how they want to lead their lives. I ain't out here to tell people how to live a certain way. You know, you live your life, but I just ask that, you know, if you can, put aside some food just in case.
Yeah, because like you said, you don't want to die because of starvation. You like, listen, lady, it's called self-preservation, and that's natural. If somebody hits you, what's natural is to hit back. But what I want to say to the listening audience is there is a time in life where we should prepare ourselves to be disciplined enough not to respond to what's natural. And I call that the supernatural. And when you walk in the supernatural, then you're ready for whatever. I'm just...
Amen. We can round the applause for that, huh? This don't be that one person in the book where dude be sitting down just waiting and stuff is going on around it.
And I be wanting somebody rice cake.
No, yeah, that's all I'm saying. But I get what you're saying.
Like, nah, boo, you good?
Girl, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Your internet over there beatboxing. I can't even hear you half time. Like you going in and out. You going in and out. Girl, I send you. I send you a pigeon with a rice cake. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Because like I said, it's gonna be so much destruction. You probably ain't even gonna be able to stay in your house and have no food. You just better have you a go bag with some crackers in that bitch. I don't know, something like that.
So correct, because that's one of the reasons why I got out of the city. Is because I do not want to be in the city when shit hits the fan. I don't.
Period.
Because there's so many people out there who think that, you know, the government's going to take care of them. Nothing's going to happen. I'm just going to live my life the way I live it. And today I ain't going to go to the grocery store, but my refrigerator is empty. And that's the day that crap hits.
Right. When you get stuck outside. When you get stuck outside. What do you say? You have to use the tuck and rolls.
You know, you got people who only, you know, go and buy groceries once a week, and their refrigerators are empty. And if a disaster happens during that time, they got nothing. So all those people are going to be out in the street looking for food, kicking down doors, your door, Your
And
neighbor
that's
may be
that's the
down
only
here
reason
killing
why I'm out here urging is because that's what it's gonna lead to. It's gonna
That's what
lead
it's going
to
to
the
lead to.
looting
It's
and the
going to lead
shooting and
to the
people
looting
coming
and
in
the
your house
shooting and
trying to
people
kill you
coming
for
in
your
your house
food and
trying to
stuff
kill you
like
for
that.
your
So
food and
that's
stuff
where
like
it
that.
comes to
So
when
that's
you're gonna
where
have to
it
run up
comes to
out that
when you're
house
going to
and
have to
you
run up out
in
that
that
house. So
stash,
you in that
somebody else
stash,
gonna get that.
somebody else going to get
So
that.
We just have to be
So
prepared for
we just have to be
anything.
prepared for
That's it. That's
anything.
all.
That's it.
But the
That's
one
all.
thing that our
But the one
community is
thing that our
lacking is
community is lacking
the
is
intelligence to
the
grasp on to what's
intelligence
really
to
happening.
grasp on to what's really
Because
happening.
everybody wants to
Because
play around
everybody
and make
wants
it
to
seem
play
like,
around
okay,
and make it
if this
seem like,
happened, I can
okay,
laugh
if
at
this
it.
happened, I
It
can
ain't gonna
laugh
be
at it.
laughing when
It ain't
it
gonna be
really hit the
laughing
fan.
when it really hit the
So
fan.
what's
To
So take
going
it
everything.
over there
to
in
everything.
Israel
Mm-hmm.
can and may come
Mm-hmm.
here. A lot of people think that just because our past wars haven't come to this land, it's coming this way.
It
It's
is
coming.
because just like
It
they said, the
is
southern
because just
border
like
is
they
being
said, the
blocked.
southern
Do
border
y'all
is being
know
blocked.
Georgia
Do
just
y'all
got their
know
busload
Georgia
of
just got
their
their busload of their
Venezuelans. We just
Venezuelans.
got ours Friday.
We just got ours Friday.
That. Why do we have so many people coming into this country? Is it
Mm-hmm.
really to bring them
Mm-hmm.
in to help them out? Because they get
That's the military.
That's the
I don't care what nobody
military.
says.
I
That's
don't
the
care what nobody
military.
says.
That
That's the
is the
military.
new military. Those people
Mm-hmm.
don't give a damn
Mm-hmm.
about U.S. citizens, and our
At all.
government knows that
At
our
all.
military, U.S. military, will not turn on its people.
And the
So
ones who got the shoot to
And the
kill
ones who
order
got the
is
shoot to
this
kill
color.
order is
Our
this
color
color.
is the ones
Our
that's
color
being
is the
hunted.
ones that's
So
being
pay
hunted.
attention to
So
what's going
pay
on in
attention to what's
Israel
going on
because
in
that ain't real.
Israel
But the
because that ain't real.
Israel that
But
is
the
going to
Israel
have
that
that
is
war
going to
is
have
this
that war
Israel.
is this
So that's
Israel.
what people need to
So
start paying
that's what
attention to.
people
That
need to
ain't
start
real
paying
over there.
attention to.
That's
That
fake.
ain't real over there. That's
That's
fake.
So they want you to sit up here and
So
think
they
it's a
want you to
war
sit
that's
up
going
here
to
and
come
think it's a
over
war that's
here
going to
so
come
that you
over
can be the
here
one to be
so
like,
that
oh,
you
I'm
can
going to
be the
fight in
one
it.
to be like, oh, I'm
No,
going to
you
fight
have
in
to
it.
get with your
No,
people.
you have to
Listen to
get with
what
your
people is
people.
saying
Listen to
because, like
what
I said,
people
it's
are
our
saying
people that
because, like
remain
I said,
ignorant
it's
because
our people that
they
remain
feel
ignorant because
everything is a joke
they
or
feel
it's a
everything is a
conspiracy.
joke or
But
it's a
no,
conspiracy.
look
But
at
no,
what's going on. Look at
look
the
at what's
times.
going
It's
on. Look
against
at the
this color.
times. It's against
You
this
are the
color.
rightful owners of
You
this
are the
land,
rightful
and
owners
we
of
are
this
coming
land.
for it.
And
We're
we are
trying to be
coming for it.
sovereign and
We're trying to be
everything. So
sovereign and
why wouldn't
everything.
you be
So
on
why
attack?
wouldn't you be on
right.
attack?
And all
So,
these people that are coming
So
in, that's going to be the UN military. It's not
right,
going to be the United States.
right.
They're going to be wearing blue hats.
and that's what
And
majority of these people are
that's what
saying that
majority
they're
of these
employed
people
by
are
the
saying that
UN.
they're employed by the
What you
UN.
about to say?
Survivalist. I do got a question because we got 6 minutes, and I know Grizz allows us to go over, but I'm jumping off. I got a hard stop at 8.
All right, go
I
girl.
got 2 questions for you.
All right.
Number one, I'm going to ask them consecutively, but you can answer them the way you want. Number one, do you think that as a prepper, people should live their life to fast and go without meals? That's my number one question. Then number two, are you afraid to die? And then I'm going to listen, and I will jump off in 5 minutes because I got a hard stop at 8.
When it comes to fasting, that is all up to that person. If it's a religious choice, then absolutely. If it's not, and they never have, and they don't want to, then don't.
But as a prepper, should preppers prepare themselves to fast?
Yes, I think so. I think so because there may come a day where that prepper runs out of food. They may just run out of food. So you just don't know. And of course if it's for religious reasons, absolutely fast as a prepper. What was your second part of the question?
My second question was for you personally, and like I said, sister to sister, because I laugh a lot, but I take a lot of things serious. I like to laugh to ease the tension, right? Because as Black people, we have been positioned and we take a stance of defense when there's no reason to be that way. So my laughing is inviting to say you're in a safe place. So my question for you would be, are you afraid to die?
Absolutely not. I am not afraid to die because I know I'm going to a good place. I know I've been guided here. I've been looked over, and deep in my heart, I know I'm going to a good place. I am not.
Okay, I lied. One more question. Are you Are you? I lied. Forgive me. Are you a sovereign citizen?
Not yet, but I'm working on it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Did you check out the broadcast last week?
I didn't. I was gonna go back and check on it this
Get
week.
into it. Get into it. We had we had a guest named Lisa. She was talking about being a sovereign citizen, which my co-host Nadia, that's her thing. But hey, it was new for me, but I'm all in because they talked about paying my bills. So I just want to see. I just want to see.
Yeah.
I just want to see.
So my thing was there's a group up here that will help you be sovereign. And but the thing is, there's no Black folks in there. So I'm like, I don't know about this. So,
Right.
you know, I want to be able to make sure that anywhere in that sovereign rule or laws does not say that African Americans or people of color cannot be sovereign.
Yeah, check out last week's show on there. It's very informative, and you can inbox her. She got all the questions, and she's doing one down here for people to come and do it. And Black folks is doing it.
And you can hook her up with Bobby if she doesn't trust.
Yep.
Yeah. Give her to Bobby.
Nadia, Bobby sovereign. He was sovereign, right?
Yeah, he did it done.
Can someone send me his information?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we're on it.
That would be great.
So we had a Black guy on our broadcast last week who was obviously Black guy. He was sovereign, and Lisa.
But you will have no worries with Lisa either, because she fills my inbox up. Any question,
Lisa can come to the picnic, honey.
Right, she can come to the picnic.
She's invited to the picnic.
Don't say picnic.
Blinded by the light over here.
Woo. So how many of us have joined since you started doing this? Is it very small? Is it all nationalities is taking your course, and what does it consist of?
So are you talking to me?
Yes.
Well, you know, it's unfortunately I don't have too many people of color that show up.
Oh.
Yeah. And it saddens me that, you know, I'll put on an event or I'll do online stuff and I have more Caucasians than I would of people of color. It's really, really sad to see.
It is.
Even last weekend, I co-hosted an event called the Pacific Northwest PNW Survival Games. And there was one brother who showed up and other brown folks, but not, you know, we were still outnumbered, you know? And it was like, I wish that we had more people of color that showed up. But I was happy to see, you know, the folks who did show up, you know, because I think there was only 4 of us out of 35 people, you know. But when I do events, I rarely get people of color to show up, and it's sad.
As a sister or a brown sister, I do believe that there's one race, and that's the human race. I'm sorry, guys. I know sometimes we don't want to hear that.
I get it.
That's how I feel. So with that being said, even though the color was white, I feel like they were still humane, allegedly,
right?
Because you got the Caucasians, and you know the history behind that. But I want to ask you this
You're
one.
so corporate and ghetto at the same time. That is funny.
You better leave me alone, Grizz.
You are
all over the place.
Here's my question to you.
Yes.
And this is going to be hard for me to ask because it's almost going against what I really feel. But a lot of times, our brothers and sisters of the clear color, there's a lot of conviction because of what they've taken their brown brothers and sisters through historically. Do you think that maybe their conviction and fear of the afterlife compels them to try to self-preserve, and they go to things like what you're hosting to be a prepper? I'm just curious. I don't know.
Wow.
You know, I think honestly they just were not preppers and they want to learn how to be a prepper.
But why?
Because just like us, we don't know how to become a prepper, and we want to learn more skills and how to survive when crap hits the fan, I think they're in this. We're all in the same group. I mean, I've never run across anyone.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I haven't come across anyone in my groups that are like, you blah 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 yada yada yada. We're all coming together because of the same reason.
What I found in my years of living, right? My years of living. It's always my clear brothers and sisters that have a lot of fear in the afterlife. And I know we say that we're ignorant as brown people and we don't want to be educated. I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say that we don't really walk in fear because we have been through so much in this life. We've been victims of white help me out with that word, supremacy. Our clear brothers and sisters, the things that we have been involved in because of how this system is set up, that we don't fear anymore. We're like, you shoot us on spot, we get fired on spot, we go downtown with our food stamps or whatever, we get denied, brothers get incarcerated. We have been through so much that when you say, oh yeah, you need to be a prepper, we're like, I'm gonna die anyway. With them, to me, what I've seen, they're so afraid. Even in corporate America, they're afraid to lose their jobs. Y'all know how they hang themselves. Why hang yourself because you got fired? We like, next job, please. So sometimes I wonder if they go to things like being a prepper because of their innate consciousness of what their forefathers have done to the brown people. I don't know. I was just asking.
So I have not ran across any of that.
Okay.
The people, what you call people, are there for the same reason that everybody else is.
Okay.
We want to be prepared for what's to come.
This is not a racial issue. I don't know why it's turning into racism. Like, it's not a racial issue. It's just that our people remain ignorant to the fact of what's really going on and what you have to prepare for. Yes, we do not stand in fear, but this is not about fear. This is about being a fool. If you know what's coming, prepare for it. Like she said with Katrina.
I hear you, but I think that it can be lightweight on race though, for real. Because
prepping is not a racial thing.
It's not a racial thing.
It's not. But
that's what's wrong with society. That's what's wrong with society. Y'all always try to make it black and white. It ain't nothing about no black and white. It's about being prepared.
Well, why do they kill themselves when they lose their job?
Girl, you gotta ask them. Them your friends.
Yeah.
You gotta ask them. We don't kill ourselves over no job. Like you said, we on to the next one. We always hired and fired, so we can move on. So you gonna have to ask your clear color brothers and sisters that.
You one up there. Why they
Sure, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't stick with the psychotic ones, the ones that's easily touched.
Afro-vivalist.
It was a blessing to meet you. Are you on any social medias real quick while I jump off? Because
I am. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and sometimes TikTok, but I'm not doing a lot because of in the situation I am, being a prepper, survivalist, homesteader out here by myself. I don't want nobody coming up here creeping up on me because I might have to hurt somebody.
Period.
let her jump off because I'm about to get into the juicy stuff with what you just talked about right there.
I got another call that I got to jump on, but I'm going to follow you, and I'm also going to pray that God brings a man in your life that you guys communicate and have the same vision for what God is giving you. God bless you.
Everybody. Thank you so much.
And
we got to play matchmaker. That's a new game show.
I think I got a couple of people for you too.
There you
go.
Girl,
jump
out.
Yep. Hang on a second. I'm gonna do something with this glare coming through the window. Hang on.
I want to know if she goes like 10 years younger, or do they have to be like the same age?
Wait till she get back and ask
I can go 10 years.
That's what we're gonna do.
Okay, 10 years. I got somebody in mind. God bless you guys. Love you, Nadia. Love you. I'm out.
All right.
Have a good one, baby.
she.
All right.
She was in
Let's
there.
see if that's better. Because that sun was hitting me in the face.
It was.
So let me ask you. Let me ask
Yeah.
you this. And preparing, and I've seen you. I've heard you say twice, maybe 3 times about being prepared for somebody to come up there, and you having to defend yourself or do what you got to do. Do you have some of the arsenal that the government wants to take away from, or are you just
Of
strictly in
course.
trees shooting people
Of
with
course.
bows?
I mean, me being by myself as a Black woman up here, yeah, I came with all of it.
All of
And
all the heat.
I've got cameras surrounding me so nobody can sneak up on me. I see you coming before you get here. And I've got a dog, which I'm getting another one. And yeah, absolutely. I came locked and loaded.
So when we get out here, you're gonna have to shoot me your address. So you got 100-some acres too, so we might have to check out there.
We all going to your house, girlfriend. Yes, we going to the Afro Fabulous house, honey.
I'm gonna meet you at the gate with the shotgun or whatever.
We can't come.
Were y'all invited? Because if not, you better turn your asses around.
We'll send you a message on Messenger.
I'm trying to do a public invitation right now. I'm trying to do it right now.
Get off my land. Get off my land.
Invited in person to be here. All right, nope. I mean, I even have family members where I'm like, nope.
Do you have a garden?
I do not at the moment because I'm digging out a wallapini, which is a underground greenhouse that I can grow vegetation all year round, even when it's below 0 outside. So yeah,
the cold's on. We had another co-host on. She just left out. Nicole was on.
Oh yeah, she was. Yeah, so it's coming along. I mean, like I said, I'm currently out here by myself, and I've got good neighbors, and I'm putting more people around me because I've been selling off property around me that I own. And strategically placing people where I need them to be for my protection and theirs. What's that?
Have you?
Yeah.
Are you off the grid? Are you off the grid?
I'm totally off the grid. Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
So right now, the only way I'm getting energy right now is through my generator and my power stations.
Wow. Okay.
You know what? I don't miss doing this.
I know. I want to. It looks amazing. It looks amazing.
So
I would love to live bill free.
Yes.
Do you have a rainwater filtration system?
I have rainwater filtration systems. I have water totes that are ready to go, and ready to go. I've got my generators for winter time. I've got, snowmobiles because up here it can snow, 4, 5, 6 feet. You won't be going nowhere in your vehicle.
Right.
It's a must up here to have a snowmobile. So I've got a couple of those and, quads and things like that. Absolutely. But yeah.
You.
Go ahead.
You said it's just you.
It's just me right now. I'm waiting for my friend to find.
We are reaching out to be your friends.
What you say? We come in peace.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of dirt. I have no problem with dirt.
What you say? I can dig, build, whatever.
Did she just cut off on us? She wasn't trying to hear us at all. You see that? She was like, I'm not. Did she log off?
What you say? Her time was up.
Dang, I'm like, ooh, I really hurt their feelings.
Right. Don't mute us.
Hey, don't.
What thought you like that? No, you didn't tell me. I just told your ass that you can get a personal invite.
What you say? We gonna be out the gate with a batch of cookies. We gonna be out the gate with a batch of cookies, like.
Y'all make it over.
Running out with a map.
Come here.
Yeah, walk over there. Go on over by. Yeah.
Then we gonna change it to a scene of color purple. Change it to a scene of color purple. Like, please let us stay.
I've got a lot of people who think just because they know of me that they can just be entitled to my property. Girl,
I know that's right.
I know that's right. All of it.
What you say? She got no what you say? She got no trespassing all the way around.
All the way around. And up here.
Are you gated all the way? Are you gated all the way on your 105 acres?
So I have separate acreages. I've got 66 up here where I'm at, right here, and I've got another 80 down below. So I'm minus 10 acres up here because I sold one lot, and I'm minus 20 acres down there because I sold a 20-acre lot.
Wow.
So I have done pretty good because when I was offered this, I'm sorry, so that's 66 acres. I was offered the 46, and I subdivided the top 20 down to 2 10s, sold the 10 acres for $90,000, and I bought it for $10,000.
You said money. You said money. Yeah. I know that's right. I know that's right. I got bid in that 10 too. Like,
I'm like, yep. He goes, he said, I'll give you $90,000 if you carry the note. Absolutely. But that's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing that you even negotiated my own contract, wrote my own contract. It went through escrow, so it's legal, and I get a monthly check every month. So I kind of bypassed that capital gains thing. Yeah. That's awesome. So
That's
I'm bringing in income.
Out there hustling.
She is. She is.
That I can make some money without hurting myself. And yeah, that's the way it was done. So yeah.
Well, I enjoy having you on the show today.
Yes, me too. Yes, me too.
I'm gonna pick your brain some more, and the information you're out there. So hopefully, maybe you might get some people contacting you and seeing how to even begin, which they should have caught in the beginning here. Now, I don't want to end. I still want to talk about off the grid. So if you go off the grid, if it's an MP, whatever you call that,
EMP.
Yeah,
EMP.
You can be off the grid then.
Yeah, if an EMP, which is an electromagnetic pulse, happens, and keep in mind, an EMP can happen in 2 situations: through the sun or mankind. So I don't think that my theory is I don't think that we're gonna get bombed too much with the bombs. I think they're just gonna take our grid down. Done.
Me too. Me too.
So yes, I'm totally off the grid, and the only things that I would have to protect is to make sure that my power stations and my generator are situated in a metal case, and I've got a shipping container that all those go in to protect it.
Let's say so they don't get stolen.
Right. I mean, 2 is 1. 2 is 2 and 1. You got to have 2 of each things. You should. So you always have something to have a spare. What's that?
Are your generators gas?
Yes.
What happens if you run out of gas?
Generators that will energize my solar generators if needed.
Oh, so you got solar. I was about to say, what if the gas run out of gas?
Run out of gas, I got solar.
See, I'm going to go get solar. The heck with the gas. I don't want to be lugging no gas around.
Well, you should have some gas because what happens on the days that the sun doesn't come out?
Right. That part.
And how are you going to charge your power stations? And right now I have the power stations. They're called the Jackery. I love those little things.
I love the Jackeries. I love the Jackeries.
I just bought a bigger one. And That's
Mm-hmm.
great, but the little ones do just fine.
Yeah.
You
I got a
know,
little one. Yeah. I got a little one.
I like them.
So it's ways to
So
stabilize
it's
gas as
ways to
well, correct?
stabilize gas as
Yes.
well,
Got
correct?
the
Okay.
stabilizer.
You can put in gas,
Okay.
but gas, what, 6 months to a year maybe?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm researching right now because I do have a gas tank, so I need to start filling it, but I just want to make sure that, it's maintained properly. So I got to have the professionals to come out and do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And all this
Yeah.
stuff I'm finding for free
That's
or almost cheap. Like my wood stove, one of my wood stoves was $75. Another one
wow.
was $200.
Wow.
I've got a gas tank, 300 gallon. It's and one of the one of the property owners out here
Mm-hmm.
brought it to me and gave it to me for free.
I know that's
I
right.
I
I know
have
that's
a
right.
burning antique wood burning stove in 1801 that a couple did not want in their house, so I bought it from them. And that thing I bought it for I think $1,500, and that thing is like double that amount and more, 7,000 if I recall. And it's one of those old school cooking wood stove ovens.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I've been thinking about one too, but I be seeing people make them,
brick and stuff,
out of the brick and
Yeah.
stuff, and so
You
I've
can
been watching
find a lot
those.
of
So I've been
you can
watching
find
those.
a lot of old school cook
Mm-hmm.
stoves on
Mm-hmm.
Craigslist because a lot
Yeah.
of people are giving them away, and a
Yeah.
lot of people right now. There's some people out there who don't recognize that they will need that stove in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the preppers who recognize that, and the preppers will take the rusted ones to just replace it and make it
That's
new
right.
again.
That's right. Yes.
Because that's heat
Yes.
and it's your cooking stove.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Do you have any
do you have any affordable
that
ways
people can,
that
get
people
some of
can,
these
get some of these
but
things, but
on a budget?
on a
Yes.
budget?
Start frequencing and visiting your Goodwills, your Salvation Army, all your secondhand stores. When
Okay.
I lived in the city
Okay.
before I moved up here, I was going to the secondhand Goodwill, swap meets,
Mm-hmm.
and I was finding
Mm-hmm.
things like a 18-inch cast iron skillet that was rusted out. People
Yes.
would look at it, they picked
Yes.
it, look at it, put it down. Girl, I got that thing for like $2, took it home, and it looks brand new because
Yes.
they did not know how to
Yes.
restore it. So
Mm-hmm.
go to your swap
Mm-hmm.
meets and go find. And what my advice is, find the manual items. And what I mean by that is think old school. How did
Yeah.
they do it back in the
Yeah.
1800s? Okay.
I'm ready for it.
Like,
I'm ready for it.
so like
I'm
the
ready.
egg beaters, how you manually,
Mm-hmm.
all
Mhm.
that's what I mean by manual.
Right.
Is everything that you
Right.
can get that goes back into, how your great grandmama,
The hand crank
The
radios,
hand
all of
crank
that, so that they can
radios,
have,
all of that, so that they can
listen
have,
to something that I
listen to
have some of
something
those, the
that
hand crank
I have some of
radios,
those, the hand crank
and
radios,
that's
and
all I'm
that's
picturing
all
is
I'm
what we
picturing
grew
is
up
what
with
we grew up
from
with
now, so that I can
from
have
now,
those in
so that
place.
I can have those
and
in place.
start gathering your batteries.
Oh yeah,
Start
I'm already
gathering
thick with
Oh
that.
yeah, I'm
a
already
whole
thick with
bunch.
that.
Let me tell you
Mhm.
something. I don't know
Mhm.
if you know what this is. It's called Enelope. Okay.
Uh-huh.
ENELOOP. I ran
It's got
across this.
store all your
It's
batteries
got
in there.
store all your batteries in there.
Girl, it is. This one's not all intact, but
Mhm.
it will, if you can see
Mhm.
this, it will take the smaller AA battery
Okay.
and make it into a
Okay.
B battery.
What?
And they're rechargeable.
What?
Yes. Yes.
What?
Okay, what's the name of that again? One more time.
Okay,
for the
what's the
people in
name of that
back.
again? One more time for the people in the back.
ENELOOP. And there's
Enelope.
other brands.
Enelope.
but right now I've got some that's in my flashlights. But you can take a, what is this, a AAA battery? You can take these little tiny one AAA batteries, okay, and a C battery.
Wow.
Or a battery, okay, by adding it into the casing. So here's the D casing, right?
Yeah.
And if I want to put that in there, I take the AA, slide the AA in there, and now I have a D battery.
That is cool. That is cool. That is so cool. That is so cool.
Can you see that?
I'm just that's amazing because that's amazing because like you said, that'll limit the stockpile of your batteries. But not to mention, I've also seen a gadget where put salt water in a lamp, and it'll light the lamp. But I've been trying to search for it, and I can't find it personally.
I'll have to go start searching that out too. So, and let's back up a little bit. I would recommend people go out and get maps. There's so many people out there who do not read maps and cannot read maps. Start to learn how to read your map, because unfortunately, a lot of us are looking at our little, our little phones here. These things might go obsolete. So if you don't know how to read a map, you're going to be in trouble trying to get your butt out of the city. Okay? Go get your map. And usually if you go to a tourist facility, you can get these for free. So get a map for your state and your surrounding states and the United States map. Get an atlas, get whatever you may need. I also recommend getting forest maps and campground maps, that's in your state, just in case, you get caught up and you can't get to wherever you're bugging out to, you might be able to slip on into a campground that night. Right.
Wow. They saying start scouting out places. Everybody start scouting out places. Afro-Vivalist. Thank you, Afro-Vivalist. Want to jump in there? Grizz, want to jump in there?
Thank
you. That's what I do. I will answer the questions. You can find me at afrovivalist.com. Also, I was doing a weekly challenge called DCamp, DECAMP Outdoors, and it was an online weekly challenge. By the end of the year, you go through that process. By the end of the year, you already have your emergency kit, your pantry, and everything. But it's called DCampOutdoors.com.
Okay.
We're working on that site. It's kind of wonky, but we're working on it. But all the information's there for someone to start at day one. We started at January 1, and we go all the way to December 31st. And every Saturday on that site, there is a final challenge for everyone.
That's what's up.
All right.
That's what's up.
All right.
So we are progressing on the GRIZZBIZMY2SENSE show. We're trying to get you prepared. You know what I'm saying? We're more about action. We're more than just talking about it. So we're going to give you a round of applause, give you one more round of applause for that. And, you got to get up out of here. I don't know what next week is bringing. I think these girls want to talk about relationships, so we're going to be into something next week. I don't know. We're going to let them go ahead and choose what to be this time. But like we say every Wednesday, y'all, don't be stuck on stupid.
And relax on dumb.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Let's go! The station that keeps it rocking 24/7.
Ladies and gentlemen,
GRIZZBIZMY2SENSE.